Vogel, 16th of March, 1944. We have finally isolated an unknown element in the men who were transformed by the cyclotron accident. And even at this early stage, it is clearly a remarkable substance. For now, we have classified it as Exo-Element 1. Kurtz suggested Vogelium. Such an ass-kisser. The current theory is that at sufficient concentrations, Exo-Element 1 triggers the horrific transformations experienced by the men closest to the cyclotron rift. I am currently designing a chamber to withdraw Exo-Element 1 from the occupant. My hope is to somehow purify the men and reverse their necrotic condition. If we can learn to control the necrotization process, I believe it could be weaponized. Imagine an army of unkillable soldiers. Even at this late point in the war, I may have found the key to saving the Reich. Dr. Kurtz, you have memorized the new orders, yes? Did you burn after reading?
Ja, Vogel. And I thought security was tight before the accident. Do you think we can actually accomplish what the Reichstag is asking for?
I would not have suggested it if I did not think it achievable. But let us guard against overconfidence. If we do not deliver, they will find someone who can. And I am not about to give up control of this discovery. All we need is to send through a few volunteers to measure the specific relativistic differential.
Volunteers? Would you take on such a task?
Mind your words, Dr. Kurtz. I would hate for someone to question your commitment.
You are recording this.
What we do now will ensure the Chancellor's dream of a 1,000-year Reich. There must be a record.
Are you still angry, Weaver?
I'm rarely angry, Sam. You should know that.
No. I know that you're just very good at hiding it. I have news.
Tell me what's going on, and please, Sam, don't lie. That would make me angry.
I have a contact with an Omega group. He wants to meet. I've seen the intel he has firsthand. He's the real deal.
Okay.
There's an Omega operation underway at a facility about halfway between Hue City and Kaisan. Headed up by one of their top scientists, Dr. William Peck. You heard that name before?
I know the name all too well. He may have a brilliant intellect, but he's an arrogant narcissist who cares only for stoking his own ego. Above all else, he's a fucking traitor to this country.
I know. But this Peck is also about to help the Soviets secure the breakthrough they need to control access to the other dimension.
Okay, let's assume your intel is solid, and this is all true. You have to let Requiem take it from here. Where are you now?
This could be our only chance to catch up with the Soviets. I'm going to meet with my contact.
Sam, I don't want you to get yourself hurt.
Please don't be angry, Weaver.
Damn it, Sam.
Is this a secure line?
Who is this?
Is this a secure line?
As secure as they can be.
You're wrong. They're listening. They always are. That's why Max is where she is now.
You're the contact she told me about. Where is Samantha now?
When I arrived at the meeting, they were already there. Omega. They took her.
Did they hurt her?
They will keep her alive. At least for now. They will have taken her to their facility. The one where you must go. Where you must send your people.
Who are you to tell me what I should do?
I am Sergei Ravanov. I know you need Peck's research. I know you need to close the gap. I know you know how quickly you are falling behind. Their Ethereum research is way beyond yours. Way beyond anything you could imagine. Maxis would want you to stop them weaponizing it further, even if it meant she sacrifices herself for the greater good.
If you're lying to me, if you betrayed her, if any harm comes to her, I will kill you myself.
It will not come to that. I have already told you, Omega are ahead of you. Every step of the way.
Thank you all for coming. I can see from your faces you look worried.
Concerned, not worried. There's a difference.
We believe we have identified the purpose behind Outpost 25, Omega's secret base in Vietnam.
And what is its purpose?
My contacts believe they have developed the technology to enter into the dark ether at will.
How marvelous!
No, it's not fucking marvelous. It's another indication that we are losing this war.
Intel suggests they have successfully harnessed the energy of the crystals, for purposes not yet known.
We have to send the team in. This is a chance to... Why are you raising your eyebrows like that?
I think the Major is reminding you, and not very subtly, that this is a military operation. We are merely advisors.
Well, am I wrong? We are going in, right?
Dr. Gray is correct. We need to send the team to secure their research. But we also have to extract a prisoner.
Your Russian contact? Surely he's burned. Or maybe even playing us for fools. This has got wrong written all over it.
No. The Russian contact is not a priority. I'm talking about someone else. Agent Samantha Maxis.
Ah, yes. The mysterious Miss Maxis. I thought she was more than capable of taking care of herself.
She is. But there's another player in the mix. One who may go out of his way to bring her harm. William Peck.
Oh, that's not good. Peck is a nasty piece of work.
Team, I can't overstate just how important this mission is. We're at risk of falling so far behind, we may never catch up. My contacts in the field have provided intel that suggests Omega are not only advancing their Ethereum applications, but they have in fact harnessed the power to move in and out of the other dimension at will. The other dimension? Well, it's got a name that you may have already heard. I'm not exactly sure who first coined the term, but we've taken to calling it the Dark Ether. The name is probably no more ominous than the reality. Omega's next move will doubtless be to try to weaponize it. I'm sure I don't have to tell you how bad that will be. You already know what the mission parameters are. You know what needs to be done. Even if we can't apprehend Peck, we must recover what remains of his intel. But there's more than that. You are already someone who knows when to read between the lines. You are someone who knows there are other battles to be won. Battles to avoid a bigger war. This is personal for me. You need to make every effort to extract Samantha Maxis. I'm trusting you. William Peck. This fucker is a traitor. He deserves to be brought to justice. If you want to know what you're dealing with, I think it would be entirely appropriate to call him a malignant narcissist. However smart he may be, or thinks he is, the only thing he cares about is himself. Strange as it sounds, we could really use him right now.
Outpost 25. Just look at this place. This hilltop used to be a U.S. Army fire support base called Ripcord. Nothing left of it now. This construction's all new. Our intel report said it was walled off. Impenetrable. Omega's very own Fort Knox. Not hard to see why. I'll make this clear. We're behind. Requiem's made progress, but it pales next to what Omega's accomplished. Teleportation, a new kind of super battery, and that assault rifle won't be long until the Reds have it in mass production. If we could recover that rifle tech, or their research on weaponization, it would be a very good day for Requiem. Hell, maybe I could pass it along to the DOD, give them something to cheer about. But we'll keep that one between us, won't we? Now, all this sour talk doesn't mean Requiem hasn't had some wins. You're equipped with one right now. The WAND's Weaponized Ethereum Neutralizer device. Cool toy, right? Little pet project of mine. One of my men brought me the concept, and once I saw the schematics, I realized the tactical edge they provide in the field. Allocated one of our science teams to develop the tech. Dr. Strauss initially objected because, of course, that grouchy old German did, but he eventually came around. Sure, the names might be a little splashy, but you gotta let the eggheads have a little fun during R&D. I won't lie. It's a strange feeling sending you to Nam. Feels like yesterday I was being flown out. Man, that first week. It was hot, wet. No matter what you did, you couldn't get rid of the stick. You try washing it off and it just make it worse. And don't get me started on the damn lizards in the showers. Hard years. I lost men. Family, brothers. Then there was a patchy snow. But that's a story for another time. Let's just say when we came back, the stick stuck with us. I spent years trying to clean it off.
Here you are, Outpost 25. The progress they have made at this facility. We may as well be the NACA watching the Sputnik launch. I would be lying if I said their Ethereum-based power source hadn't caught my eye. It is interesting work, albeit crude and unrefined. They approach the process like a blacksmith when what it needs is an architect. Recover that research, and I will refine their work in weeks, ending this Ethereum energy space race before it's barely begun. Ethereum has proven to be fascinating in both its gaseous and solid crystalline states. It appears the infected and dark ether creatures require it for their very survival, not unlike oxygen in our own reality. We've observed that the farther you are from a breach, the less exposure you risk. If Ethereum is their oxygen, this explains why they are restricted to these outbreak zones. But I suppose this is all rather boring to you. I may as well be attempting discourse with a slab of meat, a bovine with a submachine gun. You would do well to remember how Ethereum has benefited you in the field. Major Carver's WANDs, The experimental explosives you clear pathways with. 2 examples of things that would not exist if not for my work. You're welcome. The goal of my work has always been to create the tools necessary for humanity's improvement, not its destruction. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. But I was very young when the Uran Verein whisked me from university to end station. I was promised the opportunity to explore a new frontier of atomic research. When I realized that meant weapons research, I requested reassignment. Little did I know my transfer would be to a much more insidious project led by Dr. Friedrich Steiner. After a year, I literally could no longer stomach it. I defected as part of Operation Paperclip. It has been something of a storied career since then, but given Ethereum's potential, I am still hopeful Requiem will make the right decision on where to focus its efforts.
Well, we're in the thick of it now, aren't we? So far, these breaches have been random, and we've had to scramble to react to their sudden appearance. But if Omega has the tech to control when and where these portals open... Nope, shouldn't even entertain that thought. Maybe it's just down to the region's dimensional fragility and they haven't actually developed the tech to open them willy-nilly. At least not yet. Now, as for this whole conscripted labor thing, forcing people across the threshold to collect crystals and data, that is not okay. Hopefully my device will help us solve that problem, at least in terms of research gathering. More on that later. What I'm still really keen to understand is the transformative properties of Ethereum. You saw what happened to those poor sods at End Station. Some of the infected remain mostly humanoid, while others resemble more powerful, evolved creatures. What made their transformations different? Take that infected Omega soldier, the one who helped us with the particle accelerator. Why did he turn into that? That's one of the things I'd like to answer. Maybe not here, maybe not today, but it's on the list. We've seen the element's impact on humans and the environment, the infected transformations, the blossoming crystals. Now, what I'm really eager to learn is, can we harness and control the effects? Keep the benefits and discard all the crap that hurts us? We saw what happened when Boyer genetically modified bacteria. We got insulin. Changed the world. So what if we alter bacteria from the infected? What genetic secret do you unlock? Super strength? Pain resistance? Immortality? Okay, no, actually, I do not like the sound of that at all. I know I'm essentially working for the military now, but I'd really rather focus on how all this helps the world. Helps people. That's what I want. I hope you feel the same.
This is Dr. Alexandra Valentina, Psychotronics Research Lead for Omega Group. It is the 1st of November, 1983. I have just given the order to reactivate the Project End Station Particle Accelerator. It is a monumental moment in Soviet history. Some, including myself, might even call it a turning point. 2 officers have volunteered for the task. Their courage and sacrifice represent the pinnacle of Soviet strength. Their names will be echoed through Lubyanka's halls. They will be remembered as heroes. It has all happened so quickly. 4 months of research, testing, planning, and staging. I must thank Chairman Chebrikov, Chairman Andropov, and the rest of the Politburo. Without their support, Operation Undertaker would not have been possible. With the cyclotron's reactivation, not only will we reopen the dimensional gate first discovered by the Germans 40 years ago, but also additional dimensional gates around the globe. With these new gateways opened, we will proceed to Phase 2 and begin the real work. Research of this new dimension and the development of new technologies. These technologies will be critical to our future. It is the turning point that will put us well ahead of our enemies in the West. We were the first. We are the last.
Personal log. Dr. William Peck, November 3rd, 1983. Operation Undertaker has been declared a resounding success. Intel has reported in from around the globe. We have confirmed the existence of multiple dimensional gates. To the surprise of many, including myself, it appears Dr. Valentina's hypothesis was correct. In fact, her results have surpassed expectations. Credit where credit is due. But now we are on to Phase 2, where my expertise comes into play. I've received a report that a live specimen has already been acquired and transported to my facility for analysis. The organisms of this other world are unlike anything I've seen. There is so much we can learn from them. It's not just the creatures. It's these crystalline growths. The Colonel wants weapons? Why stop there? We can do so much more.
Personal log, Peck, November 9th, 1983. 2 days ago, I identified and submitted the perfect location for Phase 2. After assessing the dimensional breach outside of Quezon, I found a mountaintop formerly occupied by an American base called Ripcord. It has the ideal dimensional fertility to suit our project's needs. I just received word an agreement was reached with the Vietnamese government, and construction is set to begin on the 11th. What excellent news. So far, the breaches have been uncontrolled, which greatly restricted our ability to take advantage of this new dimension. But, if we are able to open our own stabilized gateway that operates under our control, well, I mean, come on. We'll be the first with free reign to pilfer, pillage, and plunder an alien world, untainted and ripe with resources ready for extraction. It will give us a considerable edge over my former countrymen. Good riddance to them. This is Dr. William Peck. It is the 8th of January, 1984, 1:13 a.m. This is test number 32 for dimensional breach.
Must you start with that every recording?
Do not interrupt, Dimitri. This is your chance to learn something from a real scientist. As I was saying, test number 32. Dr. Kukle, you may proceed.
Activating resonator. Beginning magnetic amplification. Dimensional barrier identified. Beginning particle distortion.
Barrier membrane integrity at 50%.
Amplification is still approaching the limits prematurely.
Increasing voltage output from the Ethereum crystal. It's working. Membrane integrity at 40%.
Amplification has reached maximum safety parameters.
Let it ride, Dimitri. Let it ride. Increasing voltage output.
Amplification exceeding safety parameters. I'm shutting it down.
You touch that button, I'll have you gutted like a fish and fed to your comrades in Solyanka soup. Membrane integrity down to 10%.
You Mudak! You'll get us killed.
Wait. Adjusting distortion frequency to pattern echo 4.
My God.
Eat your heart out, Dr. Vogel. We'll see who history remembers. Peck here. Personal log, March 19th. After weeks of phasic misalignment resulting in numerous anatomical displacements, today marked our first successful teleportation test. I'm sure Private Pashkov was happy to arrive with all parts intact. After the generators last month, this marks the second milestone achievement for Outpost 25. I must admit, our rapid progress is due in no small part to our Dark Ether miners, or Ethernauts, as the Kremlin has chosen to call them. Dr. Kukle tells me crystal collection is up nearly 240%. This intake volume has allowed our scientists to continue working around the clock, and is frankly how we have accomplished this impressive feat. It is true some don't return, but I'm told it's a small percentage. That said, many of those who do return have displayed physical and psychological symptoms, ranging from infection to amnesia. Unfortunately, these subjects, after study, must be euthanized. I've spoken with Kukle about developing a memory transference machine. Give us the chance to at least recover the affected's memories. That will take time to construct, so, in the interim, I'm developing a truth serum to assist with interviewing the amnesiacs. Maybe we can pry the truth from their damaged synapses, so their deaths won't be a total waste. Proceeding with examination of upper abdomen. Dimitri, retractors.
Placing the retractors.
Organs appear somewhat similar to our own, but everything seems merged, interlinked. Observe the lungs. Similar location, but its pleura extends and connects directly to the heart, passing through the endocardium. There appears to be something engraved on the interior of the creature's back. What is that?
Что за черт? It is a face.
Yes, there does appear to be a warped, stretched pigmentation that resembles a human face.
Resembles? Look! It even has a bump where the nose should be. Wait. No! It is Private Glasgow! We sent him to the other side last month, but he never came back. Is this thing him?
That last remark is to be struck from the record. We have no proof this creature is Private Glasgow. Let's continue. I suppose that's as good a place as any to terminate the session. Subject has turned itself into a cassette tape.
Fucking stupid Kukle peck. Be quiet, Dimitri. This is a chance to learn from a real scientist. Dimitri, do this. Dimitri, do that. Shame on you, Dimitri. I will have you turned into soup. I am Dr. Peck. I'm a big, smart, real scientist. Fuck you! How about that, Peckerman? Fuck you! So I decide enough. Time to work on my own invention. I take the Ethereum crystal and I design new rifle that would make Kalashnikov weep. And what does Peck do? He laughs! Says it is waste of time. Calls it a child's toy.
Stop being so small-brained, Dimitri!
Small brain, I show you, Peck. No, shit. You are not the only smart man at this facility. Peck wants me to give up. Probably because Peck wants to steal it for himself. Now he can never assemble it. When I leave this place, I will take it with me and sell it to the highest bidder.
Maybe I underestimated you, Dr. Kukle.
Of course course you did, Peck. You see, I always have had a keen eye for opportunity.
That's not to say I don't have my suspicions. Once I've gathered sufficient evidence, did I not say no interruptions? Gorev, you're here. In Vietnam?
In the flesh, comrade. What? Old friend cannot be visit? You look so rigid, Beck. So nervous. You remind me of San before he does his silly theater shows. He freezes up, like he sees ghosts and forgets lines. That or he soils suspense. I trust that is not the case here. Sit down, please, before you hurt self. You look rather pale, even for you. How are you not getting sun here in such temperate climate?
May I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Gorev?
I am here with special message. One I decided to deliver personally. We intercepted communication from BND agent Mexis. You remember her? The leaked in-station tape?
Why would I give a rat's ass about her? Isn't she dead?
It is funny you say this, because not only is she very much alive, but she has turned one of your men at this very facility. He is planning to deliver your research to Requiem.
I find that highly improbable.
Highly improbable. Why do Americans talk like this? It is either truth or not truth. Why must you be so non-committal to facts? I do not understand this.
What exactly do you need from me?
Orders from Colonel. And orders are simple. Pretend to be Mole, plant trap, apprehend Maxis.
Then what?
Interrogate her, torture her. I don't need to know the specifics. As long as she confesses and reveals who Mole is, I am happy. It is good when I am happy, yes.
I'll take care of it personally. So, Sam, do you realize what this is? Do you even know? Of course you don't. So I'll tell you. It's a gateway into the other world. Have you ever even dreamt of such a thing? Have you ever imagined what it would be like if everything you knew to be true was just turned upside down, changed forever? That's what this represents. It's a door to another world, one that could enrich or destroy everything depending on who holds the keys. Look at you. Resolute. Stubborn. Your silence isn't going to help you in any way, you know. In fact, it's just going to make things worse. We will find your informant, believe me. That's the funny thing about secrets. They can't stay secret forever. Sooner or later, they are always exposed, along with all their inherent beauty or ugliness. You know, I don't think you realize just how small of a cog you are in this machine. You're close to nothing. Worthless. No one is coming for you because no one cares about you. Honestly, I'm doing you and the world a favor. We are made from Earth, and we will return to Earth. Some of us sooner than others. From dust you are, and to dust you will return. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Is anyone there? The dial tells me this is the correct broadcast frequency, so I'm just going to assume you can hear me. Whichever Omega lackey happens to be receiving this transmission, start dialing the Colonel. Now! I've got a, developing situation over here. Outpost 25 has fallen. Everyone here is either dead, dying, or infected. I'm the last one alive. this unequivocally clear. This is not my fault. It was the gateway. Without warning, it unleashed a massive burst of Ethereum. The infection spread quickly, and as my men began to turn, I observed a phasic barrier surround the base. My men tried to escape, but anyone who entered this phase quickly succumbed to a terrible case of death. More creatures keep arriving every hour. I'm trapped in a room with little food and only a literal pot to piss in. Get me the hell out of here!
To my friends at Omega HQ, back here at Outpost 25 with an update on my situation. Requiem is here, and believe it or not, that's actually good news. Now, why would you say that, Peck? I can hear you ask. Well, let me explain. Do you know what I love about Requiem? They're idiots. And idiots are good for one thing, following instructions. Obeying without a moment's hesitation, like a lemming leaping off a cliff. Well, these little Requiem lemmings leapt right into restarting the power for me, which means I can now begin satellite transfer of all our work back to Omega HQ. The facility may be lost, but Omega's work will live on. Don't thank me, thank Requiem. What good, little lemmings.
Oh, Beck. When I heard of your situation, I cannot say I was surprised. What was it? Experiment gone wrong? Did you forget to carry the 1 in equation? Drop deadly vial? Or was it worse? Something more sinister? How many men have you sent to their deaths in other dimensions? Maybe one came back for revenge? Rest assured, we are assessing situation. It does not look good for you. I told them it was big risk hiring Americans. They are not built to last. I'll report back soon with our decision. Heck, it is Valentina again. Omega has made decision, and looks like your ace up sleeve actually worked. We are receiving your satellite transfer. Download should be complete within an hour. Once it is done, you are to destroy mainframes. Ensure there is nothing left for Requiem to acquire. Omega teams are en route to your position for evac. ETA 2 hours. Do try to stay alive until then. Valentina out.
Hello, Peck. I have been informed to your current situation. Most unfortunate, especially for men with bright future. I had big hopes for you. An American in Moscow, like classic Hollywood movie, huh? I was Gene Kelly, and you... well, you were the other one. When I last spoke to you, I gave you a simple task. Capture Nexus, find them all. Simple. 1 week later and you have outdone yourself. You have destroyed your base, gotten countless loyalists killed. But at least you learned who Maul was, huh? But wait. This is not true. You did not find Maul. You also lost most valuable intelligence assets because you think it was a smart idea to throw her into other fucking dimension. Do not worry.